to my YouTube channel. I've got Sameer with me from Lahore, and we're gonna discuss the possible matches between India and Pakistan today, and we're gonna discuss the both teams, India and Pakistan, today. So there is a possibility that three matches at least expected in the Asia Cup, and then later on the World Cup. Everyone is saying I won't say the final will be between India and Pakistan, but again there is a possibility that two matches might be played against between two teams, India and Pakistan, in the World Cup as well. If Pakistan and India they manage to qualify for the final, so I'm gonna discuss first of all the Indian team, and I'm gonna ask a couple of questions from Sameer, and I will ask him that what he thinks about the team India. Sameer, do you think that the fast bowling department, the India, they have not picked a pace bowler? There was quite a lot hype about Amran Malik. They have not considered him because he was too expensive in the last tournament and in the last couple of matches. And perhaps the Indian selectors they have decided to give him a bit more matches before calling him for the big matches for the World Cup in Australia or the Asia Cup. And what about Siraj? Someone was asking me on Instagram that why Siraj has not been picked up. He would have been a really good choice for India because he would have given India pace. And at the moment, the Indian bowling attack is looking one-dimensional because they have got medium pacers. They have included Deepak Huda, but he's like a type of a part-timer. And then what about this is a spin-dominant Indian team. Do you think that the pitches in UAE will be inclined towards the spinners, or if the pitches will be flat? What do you think? Because the pitches, I think so, that will be. Do you think it will be made by ICC or the Sri Lankan Cricket Board?
First of all, I think India picked up right team because if you look at the past in the last World Cup in 2021 in UAE, their pacers didn't deliver very well in the World Cup because I think Mohammad Shami and Bumrah played all matches, but they were unable to deliver the results. So that's why I think they are going with spinners, and that's the right strategy because in UAE spinners are more important than fast bowlers. So I think they picked a right team. So Siraj, Shami, Bumrah, I think doesn't matter if they are not playing in UAE. But in Australia, I think India should go with at least three pacers. So maybe Umran Malik and Siraj could be an option for India in World Cup. So I think team is very balanced, and they can surprise any team in the world. And obviously they are favorites for this
Yeah,
Asia
they
Cup.
are always favorite for any tournament. It's just the anything can happen. What about you think? If the three matches are expected between India and Pakistan, but what do you think that Afghanistan and Sri Lanka they have got really good spin attack? Are they gonna give a tough time to India Pakistan? Because you never know if Afghanistan or Sri Lanka they manage to win couple of matches, then they might be also favorites for the finals because anything can happen in the 2020 cricket, and especially Sri Lanka at the moment they have got we saw in the Test series as well. Jayasuriya Prabhat is really good spinner. Then I don't know whether he has been selected for the Sri Lankan 2020 team, but Hasaranga is very good nowadays. He's giving almost every single international cricket team tough time. We saw against Australia he was very good, and then so what do you think about Afghanistan and Sri Lanka? Will they be able to do any upsets or no?
So first of all, to be honestly, I'm not expecting three matches in Asia Cup, India versus Pakistan, because if you look at the past history of Asia Cup, Pakistan India never played a final. So I'm not expecting this time also that Pakistan and India are gonna make finals. So two matches are expected to be played between these teams. So I think Pakistan could struggle against Sri Lanka because they got really good spinners, and India, if they have to beat India and Sri Lanka, then Pakistan can make into the finals. So that's the first thing. So if Pakistan and India both made the finals, then obviously it could be a 50-50. Both teams can win this Asia Cup. So because as you said that
I think so.
Pakistan, yeah.
Samir, I think so. I disagree with you. You know, the past Sri Lankan team was really a strong team. You know, they used to have Chaminda Vas, Sangakara, Mahila Jayawardena. These all type of big players, big names they used to have, and it was really difficult to beat the Sri Lankan cricket team. Even if you remember the last 2014 Asia Cup and the one which India won, the last one, that team Sri Lanka was a really strong one. Not the one, not the way they are nowadays. Well, they have got a young team which is now building up, and they might be a really good team in next 2 years. But do you think that I can't compare this team which they used to have before? Like, yes, I agree they have got really good spinners, but then it all depends if the pitches they will be favoring spinners. Then there will be a couple of upsets. If, like Sri Lanka might be ending up beating Afghanistan, or maybe they might end up beating. There is a possibility they might give an upset to India as well. But they, yes, I agree with you that they can beat Pakistan, and but I think so. I've got a feeling there is a final will be between India Pakistan, because this has never happened before. But
Yeah.
this might be this time. And I was watching the other YouTube channels as well, like Dr. Noman and Rashid Latif. They have done a prediction that the first match India they might win because they're gonna come back really strong. Then the second uh, depends which team India Pakistan win, but then the final will be really interesting, because um, so what would you say about the team selection of Pakistan? Do you think they have got the right team or no?
I think Pakistan missed a trick to pick Azam Khan or Shoaib Masood because they are really good hitters against spinners. So if you look at the UAE conditions, I think ICC will prepare all these pitches for this tournament. So maybe Indian curators will prepare these pitches because in UAE, a lot of Indian curators and they always favor spinners. So that's why I think Pakistan missed a trick. They have hitters in Asif Ali and Shadab Khan, but I think Azam Khan or Shoaib Masood could be a good option against the spinners. It's a good team. We can win this shake up with this team. So it depends how the team plays on the day. It all depends on how they deliver on the particular day.
But do you think? Look, Pakistan. They have got really good options. They're not gonna go with two leg spinners. They have got Usman Qadir and Shadab Khan. So either they will go with Shadab Khan or Usman Qadir. So that's the one selection. Now the second one will be Mohammad Nawaz. So that's the second which he will play every match. I'm telling you now. Now the third will be Iftikhar. He can bowl as a part timer. And Pakistan, they have also got an option that they might use. But I think so. Three spinners, either Shadab Khan, Nawaz, he will do the power play, then or Shadab Khan. Then they have got three pacers, Naseem, Shaheen, and could be they might give a chance to Shah Nawaz Dhani, but I think so. They will go with Wasim Junior. So the team is looking balanced because you know they have got the bowlers, like three bowlers. They are bowling around 145 kph, so that is a good bowling attack. Yeah, what do you think?
If you look at the team combination of Pakistan, it's totally different from all other teams. Pakistan will go with the two spinners, and other team you will see that India will go with three spinners. Even Sri Lanka will go with three spinners. Afghanistan will go with three spinners, and Bangladesh will go with three spinners. And Pakistan would be the only team would go with three pacers or four pacers. I think Pakistan always plays against the odds. So I think that could be a different. So maybe our fast bowler will deliver best. So I think maybe time will tell that how our team selection is good or bad. So I think Pakistan should add another spinner for in this squad.
Okay, prediction time. What do you think? Three matches expected between India Pakistan. What do you think? What would you say? Yeah.
So at the current performances of India team, and they are very good team and they are on a winning track. So I think 2-1. So Pakistan, because in UAE Pakistan can beat any team. It doesn't matter how team is strong. That even Pakistan beat Australia by 3-0, New Zealand by 3-0. So in UAE, Pakistan can beat any team. So it's not about that India how strong. So it's about how Pakistan play on that day.
Thanks for your time, Samir. So speak to you later, and we will do the live streamings in the matches before matches as well. And I will call you. Don't forget to follow Samir on Twitter. And thanks for your time today. Thank you.